This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 2 dead in Harbourview shooting. The police have confirmed that the 2 men who were taken to the hospital after being shot this morning on the Sir Floresville Gospel Highway, Bayshore Park in Harbourview have died. It is reported that both men are from Kingston 17 addresses. They have been identified as their alias as Trilland, who was the taxi driver of the Toyota Probox motor car in which they were traveling, and Roderick, who was the passenger in the vehicle. No motive has yet been established for the murders. Investigations are ongoing. Westmoreland man shot dead at shop in his community. The Westmoreland police are probing the gunslaying of a man by an unidentified assailant at a shop in his community yesterday morning. The dead man has been identified as 28-year-old Jascon Powell, who was of a Friendship District Whithorn Westmoreland address. Reports are that about 11:35 a.m., Powell was at a shop when a motor car drove up from which a man alighted. The man reportedly pulled a firearm and opened fire, hitting Powell before making his escape in the waiting vehicle. The police were summoned and Powell was taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead upon arrival. No motive has been established for the shooting. 15% fare increase, a slap in the face, said Egerton Newman. President of the Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services, Egerton Newman, has described the announced 15% fare increase in bus and taxi fares as a slap in the face. We are complaining bitterly about this fare increase because it is like you have been asking for bread for 8 years and 5 months, and then you give me 15% of the bread, a small slice, the back of the bread. It is a slap in the face, and we are asking the government to return and come with something better, Newman told the news. The Transport Authority announced the 15% increase in bus and taxi fares on Thursday. The increase takes effect on Monday, August 16. We understand the condition of the economy and the pandemic, but that has nothing to do with the fare increase. The government could have taken a look at the gas tax, but to give us 15% after we have demanded 100% increase is a slap in the face, Newman continued. Newman said that the transport operators would be hosting a general meeting via Zoom on Saturday to discuss the matter among other concerns before arriving at a forthright decision. In announcing the move, the Transport Authority said that following several and varying requests for an increase, Cabinet noted the situation, reviewed the request along with the economic impact of the pandemic on the general public and the resultant effect of the rate of inflation, and sought to find a solution. It is believed that this adjustment after 8 years created the right balance for all parties, the statement said. The Transport Ministry said that the rate for the elderly, the disabled, and children will remain at 50% of the adult fare, and there will be no change to the fare for the JUTC and the Montego Bay Metro. 4 people escape harm as car catches fire in Manchester. 4 people escaped a serious injury after the motor vehicle in which they were traveling caught fire and later exploded on the Winston Jones Highway Friday afternoon. According to the Jamaica Fire Brigade, the driver of the car observed a fire coming from the vehicle's engine. The occupants managed to exit the vehicle and, with the help of others, retrieved the important documents and their belongings, said a JFB source. The Mandeville Fire Station was alerted of the fire at 2:18 p.m. and responded with a unit. The motor vehicle was completely destroyed. JDF warns of administrative consequences for members who refuse COVID vaccine. The Jamaica Defense Force is reporting that there will be administrative consequences for soldiers who do not take the COVID-19 vaccine. Speaking at a media briefing Thursday afternoon, Chief of Defense Staff Lieutenant General Rocky Meade said while no disciplinary action will be taken against those members who refuse to take the jab, there would be administrative implications. General Meade said soldiers who refuse the vaccine will not be placed in leadership positions. He argued that they must be able to motivate troops, and given that the Army is encouraging its members to get vaccinated, there would be a problem if a leader opposed a vaccination. The Jamaica Defense Force is reporting that 88% of its members have been fully vaccinated. General Meade told journalists that more than 90% of soldiers have had their first dose. However, he indicated that some soldiers have opted not to take the jab. He also revealed that some members have been advised by medical staff not to take the COVID-19 vaccine. Kingston girl gone missing. 16-year-old Kashima Donaldson, otherwise called Moon Moon, of Canary Avenue in Kingston 11, has been missing since Tuesday, August 10. She is of dark complexion, slim build, and is about 165 centimeters or 5 feet 6 inches tall. Reports from the Hunts Bay police are that Donaldson was last seen at home wearing a green merino, black shorts, and a pair of blue slippers. All attempts to contact her have failed. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Donaldson is asked to contact the Hunts Bay police at 876-923-7111, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Jamaica approaching danger zone with COVID hospitalizations, said CMO. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Besisa McKenzie has warned that Jamaica is fast approaching the danger zone with surging COVID-19 cases. Dr. Besisa McKenzie on Thursday evening revealed that COVID-19 hospital admissions have soared above 600. She disclosed that daily admissions are rising at an alarming rate, with the current level at just above 70 admissions per day, surpassing the peak during the last COVID surge in March to April. So if the number of admissions are going up, then of course the number of hospitalizations are going to be increased, she indicated. She added that the COVID bed occupancy has risen to more than 600, with both confirmed and suspected cases. Painting a grim outlook for patient care at hospitals as cases of the virus continue to increase, the CMO noted that with a bed occupancy of more than 600, the country was fast approaching the more than 700 recorded during the March to April peak. Approaching that mark, she said, would put us in a very dangerous zone in terms of the threat to the care for COVID patients in our hospitals. Dr. Besisa McKenzie was speaking at the Health Ministry's COVID Conversations media briefing on Thursday. Government considers rehiring doctors whose contracts expired. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has said talks are taking place in his ministry with a view of hiring doctors whose contracts were not renewed earlier this year to help deal with the surging COVID-19 cases. At the end of June, the contracts of 147 doctors expired without the Ministry of Health offering renewals. Following a sick-out, some of the doctors were rehired. Dr. Tufton said others could be engaged for specific roles in the COVID-19 fight. There is still the challenge of the structure of the organization and the posts that are available, and reconciling that with the numbers that are coming out of medical school, which we are looking at as a more longer-term plan as to recasting how we structure public health. But the immediacy of the challenge around the third wave and the challenges around the vaccination effort in particular is causing us to look at a particular role that would be on offer to those doctors, and that role would be around the vaccination effort for a period of time, the minister explained. Since the surge, the Health Ministry has been recalling some doctors in Western Jamaica from vacation to help with the increasing number of COVID-19 patients. The ministry has also told the health administrators to review and defer upcoming leave for staff. 544 new COVID-19 cases, 8 more deaths. Jamaica has recorded 8 more COVID-19 fatalities, pushing the tally to 1,276. Those who have died are a 94-year-old woman from Trelawney, whose death was previously under investigation, a 49-year-old man from Trelawney, a 47-year-old woman from St. Anne, a 36-year-old man from St. Mary, a 70-year-old woman from Clarendon, a 47-year-old woman from Clarendon, a 65-year-old man from St. Elizabeth, and a 40-year-old woman from Manchester. The Ministry of Health says the deaths occurred between July 31 and August 11. Meanwhile, there were 544 new cases with ages ranging from 78 days to 90 years, pushing the total to 56,709, with 7,678 being active. Of the new cases, 328 are women and 216 are men. The parish breakdown is as follows: Kingston and St. Andrew 85, St. James 81, Manchester 71, St. Catherine 54, St. Elizabeth 53, Westmoreland 47, Trelawney 42, St. Anne 38, Hanover 35, Clarendon 26, Portland 6, St. Thomas 4 and St. Mary 2. A total of 1,856 tests were conducted. The country's positivity rate stands at 34.6%. In the meantime, there were 24 more recoveries, increasing the total to 47,389. Some 359 persons are in hospital, with 81 being moderately ill and 34 critical. 12 persons are in government quarantine, while 39,400 are at home. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.